Dr. Chris Yeager here with ISO Baseball, taking a look at Peyton LaCoste, University of Washington signee, Pac-12. And again, Peyton exemplifies everything that we try to teach with ISO Baseball and in the building on a daily basis. The great back arm throwing action, the great leg drive, and driving against and hitting behind that solid front side. And really getting the hands through the swing, pronating through contact. So again, we'll take a look. Peyton came in tonight. We made a couple of minor tweaks, always trying to improve, and we'll take a look at some of the things we looked at. The two things that we looked at was making sure that back elbow stays bent during the loading and slotting phase of the back arm. And when that elbow loads, we don't want to feel like we're reaching and extending at the back arm. And the other thing that we looked at was making sure that we were creating more tilt and less turn with the upper body. In other words, really feeling the body brace up before contact and give everything out to the hands, letting the hands whip through and not trying to muscle through by turning with the upper body. Here in the upper right was one of the swings we did when we were kind of trying to make some minor improvements in what we were doing. And you can see we get, with our tilt, we get this real nice reverse C look, whereas this one, the body is a little more stacked and the spine is a little bit more, not quite as tilted. You can see the swing on the right is more leveraged behind that front side. We're going to get better bracing, better transfer. From a plate management standpoint, we're not going to get as out front. Okay. And interesting, just by thinking about tilting and not turning, we get less turning open to that front foot. If you look at the front foot there, and you can see how the one on the left, we get a little bit of excessive, turning as it goes down, whereas the new one on the right stays more quiet. Even though the one before lands pretty square, and that's still pretty dang good. This lower half on the right is what I would consider perfection in terms of how the back leg transfers into it. We hit against that front side, and the front hip is just open. The drive from the backside, and we don't leak anything out. We don't leak anything out, and it tends to start rushing the upper body. And the other thing with the back arm, you can see, here we can see the whole forearm is one way you can look at it. What we're really identifying is how much the elbow widened, and here we've got a few more degrees wider than we had here. So we really want the elbow as it loads up. We can be very loose and as big as we want to be at the shoulder joint, but we want that elbow stay bent as it works up and as it slots in. Okay, and both of those are outstanding slot positions. Barrel stacked, it's phenomenal, it's outstanding. But we don't want to widen out, as that elbow works up. And you can see the swing on the left we have, as we set up in the stance. You can kind of look at the difference in the hand action and how we have a little bit more going on with the hands kind of traveling high, much higher, and then down, and then a little bit away from it. Okay, which can all work. But the bottom line is we don't want that back elbow straightened. We want that back elbow to be loose at the shoulder joint, but we want the back elbow to stay bent as it works in. So again, the swing on the right is what I would consider as close to perfect as you're going to see. The lower half is perfect. Much quieter front leg, and we're just taking that back leg and driving into it. Better tilt, better leverage. Head back. Here the head's kind of out front and on top. We see the back. Here we see chest on the flight of the ball. Running out of battery. You also see the hands turn over front of our chest down the flight of the ball, whereas on the swing on the left, our hands are kind of around us when they're turning over in the chest. We're seeing all back here, so we're not getting as good bracing uh, there on the left as we're getting on the right. So we're getting better whip effect, better transfer. All right, we'll just let a few loop through here. You can really see on the upper right how he stays on the ball and his shoulders aren't yanking him off of it.